Hey, it's us. Take it, duty.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin,
Because 90% of them are wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Max Taman,
You've got a plate of shit and you've got a bowl of shit. They're the same thing.
Scott Hartley,
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
John Taman,
What the hell was I talking about?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
and now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
Hey, that's right. I am the world's worst podcast host. And if you don't believe me, stick around for about an hour and you'll find plenty of reasons to say that's right. He is the world's worst podcast host. But the world's worst podcast co-host is over here to my left. That is Jesse. How are you doing? He's going to show us his forehead and ridiculous haircut. How are you doing there, dude? I mean, seriously, that's Herman Munster-like.
Fuck off.
Well, there you go.
And down below, strong.
Hey, down below there, our good friend from the Barrow and Furnace UK who's going to stay up all night long just to watch this fucking game. It's our buddy Scott Hartley. So, you know, so far I've already been told to fuck off by fucking Herman Munster over there. How are you, Scott?
All right, yeah, not too bad. Monday night football, it sucks, doesn't it? For us over this side of the pond, it completely sucks. Or should I call it Tuesday morning football? But yeah, no, it's all good. I'm looking forward to the game, but at the same time, I'm not looking forward to the game. You know what I mean?
I got a simple solution for you, Scotty.
Go to bed.
What's that?
Very, very, very easy.
What's
Fucking move
that?
over here. I mean, you're.
I'd love to.
Y'all,
Yeah.
Y'all are basically Americans, anyways. I mean, come on.
I mean, you know, if
you have
wanna move over
Burrows
here-
calling football soccer. You know, the true
yeah,
term of
that's
it.
weird.
So
Yeah, that's weird.
That's right. They won't let him in Wembley Stadium if they catch him saying that, right? They'll just say,
That's
I'm
very
sorry.
true. That's
You're
very
not
true.
allowed in here. Now, you'd said Scouts might be on the show, so I got the extra large frame windows here just so we can have his fucking melon on here. And I haven't heard from him yet.
I just sent him a message. I don't know if he's going to come on or not.
Well, you
I
know,
tried to
that's
get-
kind of dangerous, dude. If Scouts' goddamn phone is downstairs and he gets to the top of the stairs and his head tilts one way or the other too far, I mean, that could be a dangerous situation. Down he goes.
And
All right. So we do have a football game tonight. It is Monday Night Football, and you know we're playing the fucking Bengals. Joe Burrow's going to be out there showing off his all of his shit.
Oh wow!
All right. Well, so how are we feeling about this game, Jesse? Give me a 1 to 10 in your confidence scale.
About a 2.
2. You've doubled.
You know, it's raining right now,
Right.
and if it continues to rain, I'd be a little bit more confident. But it's supposed to start. It's supposed to stop raining for a kickoff. So, yeah, it's the defense that's taking my confidence down. It's not our offense by any means, but you know, you got the likes of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Even though this is his first time back on the field since he messed up his hammy, he's still, you know, their number 2 is better than any wide receiver that we have.
I think his quote was, "Even if I only got one hammy, I ain't missing this game." So, Scott, you're staying up tonight. How is your confidence level, 1 to 10?
Give it a 4. I'm
Doubling
not,
Jesse.
I'm not completely thinking we're out of this because there's been a way to win this game. We saw that with the New England Patriots, how they played against them, but we also saw them got screwed against Kansas City, so they're going to be a wounded animal going into this game. And as you said, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase against our corners, that's going to be a real problematic problem. And I just don't think we're good enough to keep up with the scoring against the Bengals. That's the main concern for me. I think between the 20s we're great. It's just what we're going to do when we get to the red zone. That's the question. We can't keep settling for 3 as we did against the Giants.
Well, we were all right in the red zone against the Buccaneers, but we all saw the major issues.
True. But we got to
in
stop
the red
shooting
zone
ourselves
last
in the foot. I'm at about a 3. I'll split the difference between the two of you. And I agree with Scott 100%. These guys, I'm telling you what, man, I think they've already been credited with 3 touchdowns. They're just going to run our guys up and down the field.
Yeah.
They don't, our guys might as well just stand there and spin around in circles with their hands out for as good as they're going to
Imagine that opening kickoff, and then as soon as we get it, it's a touchback, and and it's 17 points to 0 to the Bengals. What?
Right, Burrow. Now, see, Burrow has the opportunity to, everybody talks about how great he is, and I keep saying, okay, show me. He got to a Super Bowl. He got beat. He's been hurt. That's been his main problem. But at the same time, he could kind of be underwhelming. I mean, he goes out there, and he looks all good and everything, and there he is with his stupid fucking haircut. He has the potential, but you have to pressure him to be able to do that, and that's where I see that we're not going to have any luck. I really don't see that because Zach Moss gashing up the middle, right? Everybody gashing up our middle. It's just it makes it so much easier for them to go over the top, and they're going to go over so fucking far over the top. Jamar Chase might have to get fished out of the goddamned Ohio River.
Cleveland Farrell's out as well, isn't he? He's not playing. So.
Our number 1 sack artist. He's gotten 1 per game. Woohoo! Yeah, I just had a nice conversation with some clown over on X about how I said that we better activate Jamin Davis, and why? He sucked. Well, it's not the fucking point, dude. There's nobody else. There's nobody else. We have to activate him.
I'm hearing good things, especially from Keim and Bram Weinstein, about Javonte Jean-Baptiste. And, in the preseason, he played pretty well. So it looks like he's going to get some elevated snaps tonight.
He's going to have to, yeah.
Let's see
You're
what
putting all your eggs in the basket of a 7th round rookie.
What else do we have? What else
Hey,
do we have? Because if we're being honest with ourselves,
I know, we don't.
Jamin Davis, I mean,
he
doesn't
played 2 good plays against the Bucks, but he's the
he
only guy
doesn't
that
tickle the balls for me. He doesn't do it.
Yeah, I bet if you paid him enough, they're football players, he might. But look, the fact of the matter is, the only other 2 guys, Andre Jones, they brought back. All right, they brought Andre Jones up from the practice squad.
Can y'all read that? That's T. Higgins wearing a shirt that says "Good luck."
Dude, right there, you see, show him again. All right, look, 30 yards behind him, there's one of our cornerbacks not able to catch up to him. He's just strolling down the fucking avenue there.
I thought I saw Emmanuel Forbes there. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse, it was a drain pipe.
A very small one. But yeah, you can see Mike Davis all the way back there struggling like hell to catch up with him walking through the tunnel. That's where I am with this game. And as far as Jamin Davis, they brought Andre Jones back up. They cut him.
Yeah.
So we have a 7th round guy that's going to get his first playing time, and we've got a 7th round 2nd year man who's going to get some playing time. So yeah, Jamin Davis has to play.
Who's been on the practice
We have no
squad.
choice. Right. Who was cut? Yeah, we cut Jones, and then they put him on the practice squad.
We did.
So
actually, right.
we have to start Jamin. He's not start, but he's got to. They have to bring him up. They have to activate him.
Who's the other one? The outside linebacker stroke. That's it. Fowler. Thank you.
Yeah, Fowler.
So it's going to be Fowler and Armstrong. Is the other one?
I'll tell you
And
what.
I think Fowler is a pass rush only. I think Javonte is going to be your starter tonight.
Seriously, that's like me saying, I'm an airline pilot only because I can't fly a fucking plane. What am I? He's a pass rush specialist only that hasn't been able to rush the passer. What the fuck is that? So, yeah, I'm nervous about that. If Burrow has time back there, he's not going to make mistakes. We've been lucky the last couple of times we played him. We have fucked him up.
The good thing with this, though, that you can get away with is their offensive line through the middle is not strong. So against the run, and also if we're rushing from the middle, then we should get some quality from there. But am I confident in Allen and Payne? Not particularly.
No.
Show me what you've done in the last 2 games, which is
how about 2 years? We haven't seen anything.
Yeah, no, I get you that.
Yeah.
Since they got paid, since Payne got paid, nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, Nicky Jablabla showed a thing last week in which
I love it that you call her that.
that honestly,
Jabala.
he is double teamed. They're both double teamed practically all the time.
they are.
Now, it's not an excuse because, dude, you got to figure out a way to beat
you
it.
see,
But
that kind of got debunked, John, because it said that the actual rush, as in when they're being double teamed, was way less than 50% of the snaps. It was about 30%.
okay,
Now
well, the
you
fact
should
of the
still
matter
be
is,
able to get away with that.
you need somebody else on that line somewhere to cause anybody to worry about them. That's the problem. They can double team those guys
John
all
Ridgway.
day. Yeah, where did he go? But no, you need an outside man that can crash in from the outside. That can make them afraid. That can make them have to pull that guard over and try to hit him. Something. They've got it, and there isn't anything. They have not been able to really. Well, they've pressured. They just don't get home. They got to get home against Joe Burrow. They got to knock this fucking Mugatu-looking motherfucker out.
Joe Burrow is a in the pocket quarterback.
Yeah,
He is.
So
Bury
show
him
me
back
something,
there. Yeah,
John
we have to.
Duran. Johnny Newton, I need to see something from you.
Yeah,
move
that's
him,
very
move
good.
him
That's
in the
very good.
outside. They need to do some. They do need to do some mixing and matching and moving around.
Big-
Allen can
big Phil
play
Memphis.
from the outside if needed. But I want to see Johnny Newton wreck some shop. I think we're gonna see 18 to probably 22 snaps from him this game at least, and we need to see something.
For a second there, I thought you said 18 to 22 sacks, and I'd have been like, hey, all right, yeah, I'll take that. That'd be an awesome game. Wouldn't you
I
say?
think you might win the game with 20 sacks from Johnny Newton alone. Yeah,
You might.
maybe.
I tell you what, though, with this game, and as bad as we match up in the back end with their wide receivers, I'm like all for just crash, man. Just fucking, if you're going to live by the sword, die by the sword. Just try to get to Burrow with as much as you can before he can throw the ball. Simple as that. And I'm not saying, be so creative and great with pressure back or with coverage back there that he has to stand there and survey and go to. Fuck that. Make that dude go, oh shit, because there's a tidal wave coming at him every play. Sell out. Just go after him.
If we don't provide pressure, there's no chance in Sam's hell we're going to win.
No
Looking for Frankie Louvu as well. He is the guy that we brought in here to move around and to rush the passer. It's time to see it.
The other thing is, how do you think it looks then if we have another game where nothing really happens with this defense? Are we not? I'm not saying let's question Joe Witt. It's 3 games in, but it's not exactly where we thought we would be.
I
that
think
makes
it's more
sense.
talent related than anything.
You're mostly right. I think
corners.
you're mostly right.
And we've known it. Jesse's been saying since time immemorial that our corners are a weak spot, and we have to watch out for that. And they're more than a weak. It was
But
100%
again,
right.
what will help the corners is a pass rush.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. Oh, you know what? I gotta upload something. Hang on. Go ahead. As a matter of fact, I gotta download something too. Sorry. So while y'all are talking, I gotta go get Coach Simple's message for the week.
We, that's the stress point to this game right here. It is stopping, or we're not going to stop Joe Burrow, Chase, and T. Higgins. That's an impossible task. But we got to slow them down somehow, some way.
Use a pipe wrench right across the knee.
That works.
Yeah, right. They do it in wrestling, right? Why not?
James asks a question. Who will do you think will be the biggest surprise tonight? Well, that's a good question.
Who do I? Go ahead. You go first.
I would say we limit one of the two, whether it's Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, to less than 60 yards.
That means the other one's got like 320, right?
Probably.
All right.
I'm going to say the biggest surprise will be how close this game will actually be. I think we will be within 6 points with 2 minutes left in the game, and the ball in hand.
I got the Commanders. With
I think it's going to be
points.
very close. I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be 20. We might lose this by 3. We might lose it by 6, but it's going to be within a score.
All right, well, that's pretty bold there, Scott. I got to tell you, man. I think what I'm hearing right now is, fuck all, I'm staying up till 4 a.m. I hope this fucking game is close.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, exactly. It's the hope that kills you, John. It's the hope that kills you.
I know it. So, you know what? I don't know that it's going to be close. I think it'll be more along the lines of like the Buccaneers game where they just throw whatever they want and we can't stop it. They'll get probably anywhere from 35 to maybe even 40 points tonight, and I think that it'll be our offense doing its best, man. And I think if we can get 24 to 27 points, I'll be happy. So go ahead, let me say that. I'm saying 38 Bengals, 27 to us. How about that?
Yeah, I'm not going all that.
Good, because you know what? I picked the over in that fucking Saints-Eagles game yesterday. The fuck was that?
Here's a nugget.
Yeah.
6, what was it, 6 teams? No, I think all underdogs with 6 that were 6 points or more underdogs actually won outright yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a fucking weird dicey game.
It was a weird day. It was a weird day.
Scouse is in the chat, and I invited him to come on, but I guess he's taking a nap or something.
He's looking for a proper hat. I hope. He's in his boxers.
He will be.
All right, Kim in the chat, how you doing? Her biggest surprise is that JD throws a touchdown. I hope that's not a surprise. I hope he throws multiple today. I hope he gets his first one. I think it will happen.
That was weird. That was a weird story.
Go ahead.
That was a weird story from yesterday that it got to like the third quarter in red zone in the first window, and they went, "Oh, that's the first touchdown thrown by a rookie QB." I was like, "Really? It's taken this long?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know, Bo Nix wins a football game that he should.
Yesterday was weird, man. Weird day in the NFL. You know, I'm going to be interested to see what the Big and Boss book says next week.
Yeah,
I don't think any of us did very well.
No, I'm in the doghouse. My wife is yelling at me. I told her I would take her out to dinner this week, and based on my winnings yesterday, I hope she likes a Whopper with cheese.
But you know, like stranger things happen. We could very well win this damn game. I mean, look at all the games yesterday. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fucking Vikings. Jesus Christ. Am I wrong about this fucking guy, Sam Darnold? Is he going to prove me stupid? This dude is not playing like the blockhead that we think he is. I was watching that game yesterday, and it's not that it's just Justin Jefferson being quarterback proof and being able to do whatever he wants. It's the ball getting put in right places at the right time. I'll tell you what, since we're going around the NFL for real quick, I'm going to say this. Jahan Dotson is the number 1 wide receiver in Philadelphia now, isn't he?
And how many catches did he have?
I don't know, but I was watching that game yesterday too, and they were pointing out how he was getting in the way of other routes, how he was making a mistake and getting in the way where the pass should be. Yeah. So, yeah, that was fun to watch.
I think we won that trade.
All right, okay. We do have a message here from Coach Simple. I have not watched this yet, so I hope it's good.
Because it's going to be a goddamn showdown. Monday night, baby. Prime time! This when the bright lights hit best. And you already know what's about. They get down with the get down.
Did he say butt lice?
Because it's going to be a goddamn showdown. Monday night, baby. Prime time! This when the bright lights hit best. And you already know what's about. They get down with the get down. Prime time. What time is it? Prime time, baby. Y'all ready? Y'all already know. Washington Nation. Washington Nation. Washington Nation. Stand up! Because guess what? We
Henry's going off it today.
That last little thing there was great. Holy shit, you know what I could hear? I could hear his neighbors yelling, "It's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, that's what time it is!" Goddamn right, I'm fired up. Who's fired up? Are you fired up, Scott? Are you fired up?
I'm fired up, man. I could
Fucking
run
Coach
for a
Simple.
brick wall.
Fucking Coach
I'm ready to
Simple
go.
coming strong there. Hell yeah, man. That was all right. All right, well, we did promise people. I don't think we're staying on for a full hour tonight. I mean, we talked about all this shit on Friday.
Nah.
But we did promise people that we would try to make a phone call tonight. So let me see here. Yeah, so let me go ahead and...
You got the Rolodex decks there, John?
Gotta get... Sorry. Technical difficulties. Hello.
Jerry.
Hello there. How you doing there, fellas? I'm telling you something right now. I'm glad you called, because I was feeling kind of low.
I bet. What's going on old Jerry World right now?
Well, like I said, I don't even know who the hell you are calling me up at this time of night, but I'm just glad somebody did, because I was standing on the edge of the building here, and I was feeling pretty down. The Cowboys ain't looking so good, boys. The Cowboys ain't looking so good. I don't ever like to say these words in week 3 of the NFL season, but it's a goddamn clearance sale over on CowboyShop.com. You go on over there, and you put in the goddamn promo code, We Suck! And you can get 25% off any Dak Prescott stuff that you could possibly want to carry home. Anyway, how y'all boys doing today? I'm not doing so good.
Are you going to watch the big games tonight? There's 2 games on tonight. I guess you had a part in making that decision, huh?
Well, I do want to have 2 games on Monday Night Football. Of course, I thought it would be a different kind of Monday night. I thought I'd be celebrating a goddamn victory. But Jesus Christ, my team couldn't go out there and win a football game, it seems like, unless I go. I don't know what the hell I got to do with it. I've been doing everything with it. And they just aren't able to win a football game. Yeah, I am going to enjoy watching tonight's game because I do believe that the Buffalo Bills do play football. And that's something different than what we do. I'm going to make Dak watch that quarterback and say, watch what he does. Watch this big, long, tall galoot right here and do what he does.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to ask a quick question on what do you think your decision in the off-season's been like, Jerry, where you've obviously paid
Off-season.
Dak Prescott and you've paid CD Lamb. I mean, which one gives you more joy?
I'll tell you something. You heard me just say I'm up here on the ledge. I've been drinking goddamn tequila all night, crying about my football team, and you're going to go asking me questions about how much money I'm paying Dak Prescott and how much money I'm paying goddamn CD Lamb, and we can't even... Oh, my God. It's just... Somebody tell Captain Pablo to get me close to some goddamn soft water. I'm going to jump.
Hey, listen, there's before we let you go, Jerry,
do
we know that you're depressed, and we just wanted to call and say hi.
Well,
There was a video that I guess it was in training camp, and old Jamie Foxx, man,
Oh,
you having
he's
the big guns out there.
he's a good fella, that Jamie. He is.
yes.
He's a nice fella. I like
Did you have a chance of watching that video?
I heard about it. Some friends of mine said, "Hey, Jerry, they got you on the camera there talking about the boys out there on the field." And I tell you something. I'm not going to sit here and deny anything. That's how I've pretty much gotten anything I want in life. I just don't deny it. I do whatever the fuck I want and say, "Yep, that's right. That's what I fucking did." What you going to do about it? So yeah, if I'm paying these guys this much money, I'm evaluating. You follow what I'm saying there?
So let me ask you something, Jerry. Who actually does the measurements? Is it you?
Oh no, my son does it. I told him, look, that's how he broke into the business. I said, look here, you wanna hang around Daddy here at work, you wanna do things, then fine. You go on down when they're doing the measurables, and you do whatever you're able to be asked to do. And well, I thought for a 10-year-old boy that was a perfectly fine way to get into the NFL.
So do you just do...
Tell you something, he really had a liking for that DeMarcus Ware.
All right. Oh, so is it broad jump, wingspan, and then obviously other
Ding span?
Shall we span?
Honestly,
Dong span, yeah.
well, dong span. You're from that there England place. We don't really care much about the broad jump over here, fella. We're not too worried about that. We're the Dallas Cowboys. We can pretty much jump any broad that we want, and there's nothing they can do about it. So, Wingspan I'm looking for. I'm looking for quad sizes. I'm looking for pectorals. And I'm looking for of course, I'm looking to see just how much meat a man's packing. Because I do believe that you can learn a lot about a fella just by taking a peek at his pants.
Have you heard of a gentleman that we had on our squad a few years ago who you might want to pick up because I hear you're struggling a little bit at tight end, called Merrick Hemingway?
Listen, I've heard about that fella. From what I understand, he's doing the donkey show down in Tijuana right now, and he makes pretty good money on the tips. So I don't really think he's going to be coming our way. But it's my own damn fault. I got to listen to this Mike McCarthy, and he's a big fat boy. He probably ain't even seen his own since he ever picked that mirror up off the floor. That's probably how he got to see it in the first place. He dropped the mirror and said, "Oh my God, I ain't seen you since I was a teenager." And then I'll tell you, he started talking to me about girth and how size and length don't make any difference. And well, you see how we're playing now, right? You see how we're playing now. I'm not having any of this goddamn woke garbage on my team. We are going to have a team full of big dicks, and we're going to the Super Bowl. And that's just the way it is. If you ain't got the meat, don't stop here in Dallas. And we ain't got no meat right now. I'll tell you what, I think Dak Prescott's got a vagina, and I'm just beside myself with it.
So do you memorize all these measurements, right?
I have a goddamn video they sent me.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to go through a couple players here. First, what's Dak's size?
Well, like I just said, I thought Dak had a small one, but I think it's just a clitoris, for Christ's sakes. And now you're gonna make me talk all dirty here on the podcast, and I don't like to do that when I'm up here on the ledge. I haven't had enough tequila to go through all that sort of thing. But he's what we call a little pecker.
All right.
Dak the little pecker.
Let's go to not Demarcus Lawrence. Let's go to Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Micah Parsons last year had a real big one. Right now, I'm not sure what the hell's going on with it. I think he's been hanging out in the cold tub a little too long, if you get my drift. He's got some shrinkage going on. It looks to me like we've embarrassed this little English fella down here. He doesn't.
No, we've got we've got a question from our co-host here. He said, "Is the reason?" This is Max. He said, "Is the reason for Dak's delay in the contract because of the food costs for Zeke Elliott at the training facility?"
Look, I got to tell you, the food costs have gone up considerably, is what you'd think. But they really don't, because Zeke eats a lot of pre-processed sugared stuff, and that stuff's cheap. I can tell you this. It doesn't make any difference. On the training table where Zeke is, I can fill it up with those goddamn awful-looking Fruit Loops you can get at Walmart for $6 for a bag that's got 10 pounds worth in there. He doesn't know the difference. He doesn't even care. I can give him a goddamn frickin' pool noodle, and he thinks it's a banana and chops it right up on in there. He don't mind. So my food costs have actually gone down, even though that Zeke does eat practically everything inside, except yardage. The goddamn fella doesn't know how he eat a yard at all. Listen,
all right,
we sent him up to New England. He had a big dick, and I don't know what they did to him up there, but he has come back neutered.
Just want to get a just a comparison here. On one hand, you have a Jake Ferguson.
Well, now wait a minute. Let's just stop right there, young fella. I have never had one of those in my hand that I will ever talk about. Maybe a party in the 60s, but anything recent.
And then the other, you have C.D. Lamb.
Right. So what you're telling me is I'm doing a double hand job with C.D. Lamb and some other fella. Listen, I paid C.D. a lot. I'm going to be tickling his balls. He's getting his. It's all that simple. I don't know what this show has taken a very strange turn. I must
Thanks
say.
for being us. We'll talk to you during Dallas week.
I tell you something. That's one thing that I miss about Dan Snyder out here in the owners' meetings is he had the littlest one out of all of us. We used to laugh like hell at him in the bathroom. We'd go in the men's room, and for one, they don't have one of them little feller toilets in there. They ain't got nothing that's down that low for him. So he'd have to have one of his Boy Fridays come in and get down on hands and knees. He'd stand on the man's back just to take a piss, and I swear to God, we used to laugh so hard just looking at him. And now it's looking like it's me. Oh, God damn it. Jerry out.
The one and only Jerry Jones, everybody.
Yeah, I guess that was fun. I don't care. I had some fun. It doesn't make any difference to me.
So we also have the Buffalo Bills and the Jags.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, Scott, is your wife already asleep?
Yeah, she's gone to bed, yeah.
This game starts in an hour. She's not going to stay up and watch her hair boy play?
I think it starts in an hour and a half, I think, but yeah.
I thought it was 7:05, but oh well. All right, an hour and a half. I like the double header.
She's not going to watch the long-haired prince today, no. She just said, I'm not interested until he changes tact. She's not impressed with Trevor Lawrence at the moment, no.
Until he changes tact.
All right, let's do some over-unders. All right,
I don't like his tactics.
All
right. Receiving yards for Terry McLaurin.
Oof, okay.
Tonight,
Yeah, tonight.
41 yards.
40, I was going to say 45, but
Yeah.
Is,
what
is
45
that
is
what it
45?
said at?
45
is set at?
I don't know, but Scott sounds pretty good there.
it's 45.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. I think Terry gets a big one tonight.
I'll go over, but not too much. I'm looking like at a 60-yard game. I think that, yeah, they cannot not hear. I mean, I don't want them listening to the fans or the radio saying, why isn't Terry getting the ball? But they have to be able to see on film that these screens, they got to do better at certain things. And I think that,
DQ was in one of his press conferences this week. He came out and said, "Hey, yeah, we need to move Terry around a little bit and try to work him into the game a little bit more often." And when I say big one, I mean like a big reception, like a
bomb,
30-yard bomb or something like that. You know,
a big old boner is what you're talking about. That's what you're saying. You want Terry standing up strong. You want him around.
But yeah, I think he gets 60, 70 yards tonight and a touchdown. That's my
I'm going to say
prediction.
over as well, but not much over. I think he'd get like 50-ish, 52, 53, something like that.
Okay.
Let's move
I think we're going to go through the running game. I think that's where we're gonna have some
that
success.
was my next, going to Brian Robinson over
That
under
is
80 yards.
Eight, yeah, it's set at 87.
87.
Yeah, I'll go over, and I'll give him a touchdown too. Nobody in the world doesn't see it coming. You know, everybody that has watched how we played the Giants last week has watched how we're not able to really get the ball downfield too much. They know that we're going to try to go through the running game, but I think we've got a good one. Between him and Eckler, I'm saying it's going to be over under 125 between the two.
It's not
We
that
could
we're
do
not
Eckler's in a
able
minute.
to get the ball downfield. It's just we've missed a couple of things. I mean, Luke McCaffrey's been wide open a couple of times down the, 25, 30 yards down the seam, and he just didn't go that way. I think again this is a growing a progression with Jaden. Just getting him comfortable in the offense, but. I do believe Brian Robinson is going to break another 100 yards, and I think Eckler is going to have a big game too.
His is set at 40.
40
rushing, or
I'm going to take the
Rush him.
I'm going to take the over on that. I think we get
So-
close to 200 yards rushing.
Damn. Bengals can't stop the run, says Kim, and she's 100% right.
No, they can't.
See, I think I'm going to take the under on... No, in fact, I will take the over with Brian Robinson, but again, it's going to be just about over. I think he gets around 85-ish, and I think Eckler gets probably 50-something, and then we're probably looking at 50 again from Jaden Daniels, probably.
So how do you convert that into the metric system, Scott?
In yards, yeah. What's that in I don't
he
use
will.
kilometers, mate. I don't
He
use
will.
kilometers. It's meters. Yeah.
Scott's pulling out the slide rule there.
How many meters is that?
Who cares? I'll tell you what. All right, so let's talk about the offense just in general. I want to see more out of Zach Ertz tonight. It's not that I'm not looking at him. I want to see them pushing the ball downfield a little bit more. I want to see Jaden start to see some of these things. A good tight end doesn't have to go far, to go 4 yards and turn around. Zach Ertz made a career out of doing that shit. And then it'll turn up later on down the field. I want to see some of that. I want to see some of Ben Sinnott. I want to see some bully ball out of Ben Sinnott. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I agree. He needs a big game. He needs a big game, Zach Ertz, this week. But I think also need to be good at blocking to give us more time for. Again, the run opens the pass, doesn't it? Is what they say. So there's going to be a lot of play action here as well, which will be good, and a lot of opportunities for Jaden to throw the ball. So I can see where Jesse's coming from by saying there's probably going to be a big bomb to Terry somewhere down the line.
Got to.
But
You're going to have to keep up with him.
They cannot stop the run. The Bengals just can't do that. So
Ertz has
where
played
we're gonna
well.
Get things. He has. He played really well last
Hell
week.
yeah, play of the
Really
game
well
last week. He stole that interception.
Yeah.
Dude, they could have called that picked and down, but they didn't. They let it play out a little bit. So, and I've seen refs make ticky-tack calls, and that's one thing I always hate to do when people say, oh, the refs cost the game. No, you put the ball in, you put the game in the refs' hands by not being able to do the things you do. And Zach Ertz at that position, they very well could have called that an interception, but he fucking kept fighting, man. And that's the kind of thing I think we need to see on this team that we haven't seen in a long time. Guys that will do that will fight through the whistle. Take that ball away.
I still think we need to hold off on the Ben Sinnott until next year. A few times he's been on the field, he's caused issues.
Well, you stick him out there with a little hook pattern. Just go out there, throw him a hook pattern, let him run the ball.
I think John Bates is going to play an important role in this with what's his name, Hendrickson. We got to stop him for this offense.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very tough tonight.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Over the last probably two years, he's been the best defensive edge rusher, if not top 2-3. I mean, Chris Jones gets a lot of love, and so does the Max Crosby's, the TJ Watts of the world. But Hendrickson's right up there with them. He is right up there. But he just goes along quietly and doesn't say a lot. Doesn't really get the limelight. But yeah, he's an unbelievable player. Very, very good.
Kim asked, do you think?
I've assumed my thoughtful position for this.
Do you think refs are going? Calls from refs are going more our way now.
I can't say yet.
Well,
I can't
don't
say
know.
yet.
Yeah, I don't know because we've been penalized, well, especially in the red zone, a lot.
Those are our own mistakes. You can't not throw that flag. They threw that flag. I thought that holding call on the opening kickoff last week was ticky-tack.
Yeah. But the in play flags, I haven't seen too much of them. I mean, a couple holding calls here and there.
The fact is, you got to be close to be able to have a controversial pass interference call go your way.
That's true.
You got to have one of your defensive backs somewhere near the guy. I can't really say. I can say I don't think they like Kirk Cousins very much. No. Jesus Christ, man. That you can't. Bad. Yeah, it is bad, and that's
you
not
see that
the
one with
first time
Kyler
that
Murray
this has
yesterday on the not Kyler Murray. We see the one with the 2-minute warning yesterday. Oh my word!
Oh, how about Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott's getting sacked in the end zone and throws the ball to a fucking guard.
Yeah, that was wild.
I mean, that's a safety, for God's sakes. That is a safety. What the fuck are you doing? And for the life of me, that's the thing I want Roger Goodell on the phone with them this morning, smashing the table. How the fuck do you miss that? How the hell do you miss that?
I don't next thing you see them punting, I was like, "What? Where?
Yeah.
What's
a safety?"
There? Yeah, and the one that was called back from a pick six. Out on Arizona, it was Jared Goff. Jared Goff threw the pick, and it was like, oh, brilliant. And that was so close. That was never the 2-minute warning. He got that ball off, threw it, pick six. Oh, sorry, it was the 2-minute warning.
We were stopping the clock.
What?
No, I didn't see that one.
Unbelievable.
I just had one flash in my head, and of course I forgot what it was because I'm fucking old and. It was another egregiously bad call, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. Oh, it was that they. What the hell game was that? Was it in the Titans-Packers game? It was a sack. That was so clearly a sack. The dude hit him right at the waist with his shoulders, wrapped him up, took him down, didn't flop on him, and they called for roughing the passer. What game was that? Oh shit, I can't remember. But it was terrible. It was terrible. Oh hey, look, Scouse is there. You know what was cool when Scouse was in the stadium? is that when he stood up, it created like a vacuum. I know. Scott's going to get mad at me for picking on him. But you know what? I didn't say the man with the Del Monte hat. Somebody started in on my hat. And ever since then...
That's it now.
ever since then...
It's vendetta time, is it? I see where you're going with that.
Well, if I'm going to go with a vendetta, you definitely wear that hat. This is a good vendetta hat. I sit out in the garden and I say things like, I'm retired. Why doesn't somebody else make fun of his big fat head for a minute? Hi, Scouse. How you doing? So, Scouse, what's your prediction for the night? I guarantee he writes shite somewhere inside this comment.
Oh yeah.
They stack the box so quick screens passes out the front. Yeah, I mean that's probably right, and he's right. Keeping Burrows off the field, that is true. Time of possession is key.
That's always key.
If we can do them drives like we did against the Giants, 10-minute plus drives, then you
put them in the end zone.
laughing.
You gotta keep it close. Yeah, score 6, not 3.
That's right.
100%.
Right, and that's the other big key. Stop shooting yourself in the foot. Mm-hmm. Those are mental discipline problems, and I think that those are clearly from not playing in the system too long together, not being on the same page so much together yet, and those kinds of things will clean up. But yeah, what did you say last week, Jesse? We had 7 field goals. You turned 2 of those drives inside the 5 into a touchdown, and we're at 32 points, right? Something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, man,
we've punted twice all year.
That's great.
Punted twice all year.
Kim says she's heard from a Cincinnati. I feel like I'm being set up for a joke.
Mm-mm.
All right, I guess not. She heard from a Cincinnati.
All right.
That's better than hearing from a Poughkeepsie. They don't even have a football team. All right, I don't know if there's anything else left to talk about. Is there anything else left to talk about? What do you think about the concessions in the stands for any of you that are possibly there? I don't fucking know.
27-17 Bengals, Scouse says that's his prediction. That's 10 within 10.
No. I think I think we get an interception. We intercept Joe Burrow. I think it's going to be Sandra Still.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's who I was going with. Yeah.
It's almost like saying that somebody's going to get hit with an artillery shell if they throw 500 of them at us.
That's true.
Somebody's going to get blasted. It's going to happen, but Sandra Still's going to turn around. It's going to want to be stuck in his face mask. Shut.
And Jamar Chase goes for 200 yards.
Whoa!
Yeah,
200.
I'll tell you what. You're right. We have seen some strange things. We have seen Taylor Heineke have almost a perfect game against Philadelphia on, what was it, Sunday night or a Thursday night football game?
Monday.
We have seen things that are inexplicable. How they happen, I have no idea. No idea.
Oh.
Scouse, he got laid. Somebody married him. I don't get it.
Scouse.
We have... I'm just kidding, Scouse. I'm not going to say anything about family. I'm just teasing you.
We've won the last 4 Monday night games, games we've played on Monday.
Okay, well that's a fair thing to say. So that's good. That's good. I mean,
what about
it's possible.
By the way, when you were talking about Taylor Heineke, did you see him yesterday at all?
Oh yeah, he didn't look good.
Ooh, yeah, that wasn't good.
He didn't look good. I'll tell you what. Who does look good is Quentin Johnston for the Chargers. Looks freaking huge out there, man. He was their first-round pick last year, and he was really a dud. But this year, he's looking good. Kim's right. Play smash mouth football, man. Play it. Play that 1980s football. Let's get down in the dirt. Let's get dirty and make them get dirty with us. They want to call that place a jungle? Well, look, jungles are rainforests, which means the floor of that place is wet, mucky, and sticky. Let's fucking rub their noses in it.
Let's do it.
All right, then. I'm going to go ahead and hit the music here, so hang on a second.
I'm not having a poo.
That's not the music.
It's not the music. Yeah.
No. Do we have an update?
Oh.
Yeah, we do. A little quick update real quick. This game is called I Win. I am, let's see, John, I think you're in a tight one, I think. Let's see, I'm playing Toothpick. I still have,
Okay, I see the
let's see, 3 players to go. No, 2 players to go.
I think Toothpick has given up.
He hasn't.
Yeah.
I was on his podcast Saturday.
Okay.
Scott is winning. Is going to win this week. He's playing
Am I?
Max. Yeah.
It's gonna be
still
tight.
got a player to go.
I think I've got T. Higgins to go.
Now, John, you're down by like 17 points.
Yep.
But
I have Zach Moss tonight.
you have Zach Moss tonight, and Yam has
Do you?
Has Cook. Yeah, sorry, buddy. James Cook is probably gonna, but it's close.
No, James Cook's going to get 2 touchdowns. I'm going to get my ass beat again.
Tony and Mark are in a tight one, 89 to 90. They both have one player. Let's see. Tony has Travis Etienne, and Mark has Joe Burrow. So that's going to come down to
Travis
to the wire.
Etienne's he's questionable as well.
And Scouse. Yeah, Bubba. Sorry. You're probably going to lose this one too.
What's the matter
Because
with
Joseph has like 3 players to go. And Scouse, you only have 1 left. And you're getting your butt beat. Or you're winning right now. But who do you have left to play? You got Brian Robinson. Hey, if he has a 40-point game, you might be able to pull that one out.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that you have met Tony, do you still think he's the most handsome man in Britain?
I've met him before.
I thought he was just as ugly as the rest of us. I mean, nothing special. I mean, we're all ugly. Don't even sit there and give me your head shake there, Scott. I saw you too. I'm not talking about y'all in general. I'm just talking about us guys.
People.
Well, yeah, we're just pretty much ugly. I mean, look at fucking Joe Burrow. Jesus. All right.
Utah, thanks for being with us. It is at the end, so you can go back and watch the beginning of it. But I think we're going to start our pregame. Mm-hmm. Our pre-game.
Are we going? Oh, we got one. Yeah, we got a game coming up in an hour. I'm gonna watch that. Oh, so there we go. Jesse's running the music, and I'm just gonna groove with it.
Yep.
So let's hope that the Commanders come up with something fucking to do tonight, man. Let's hope they come up with a win tonight. And I have a suggestion that I'm just going to throw it out there. Let's meet the frickin' Bengals in the tunnel, and let's Jeff Galooly, fucking Jamar Chase, and T. Huggins. And if you don't know who Jeff Galooly was, you got to go look it up. But I'll give you a hint. He's the guy that had the tire iron that fucking that Tanya Harding sent after the ice skater. Wham! He was the big fat guy that took her out. So
I watched that documentary. I remember when that happened.
I do too. I couldn't believe it. What cracked me up more than anything is if you remember that, Scott. I don't know if you know what we're even talking about.
Yeah,
Tanya Harding, the ice skater. Okay, well, this guy that hit her. And they asked the cop afterwards. He goes, yeah, after a short chase, we caught him. I was like, a short chase? I guess so. That dude was 360 fucking pounds. He ain't running. Short chase. The dude got to the door and said, hang on. Hold up. So yeah, let's Galooly the fuck out of Jamar Chase tonight. And we will see you all tomorrow, where we will talk about whatever it is.
It's depressing. Yeah. I'm not doing a post-pod. Nah, it's too late.
Me neither. Gotta be going way too late. So I will see y'all tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then.
All right.